Hello, everybody. Sorry it's taken me a second to do this. I am, today, for the first time, I am actually going to turn off comments because I am so focused on doing these books that I'm missing your questions. So I am going to, please leave a comment or a question below this video, or you can do it on, I'm posting all these to my YouTube channel, Adele Sypesteyn. So take a look there. So, hi everyone. Good morning or good day, wherever you are in the world. We have people joining from all over. Today is the day we're going to put all these collage papers together into a book. And I must tell you that when I was cleaning up yesterday after the video, I couldn't help myself. I made more books. So I'm going to show you a couple samples of more of the books that you can do. So this is a recap. Let's see. So let me stack these up. This we're going to do today, and this we're going to do today. This is done. I have so many to show you. Wow. Look how many books I've made already. So I'm going to put this in a stack, but I'm going to put it here for right now because I want to go over. Oh, and I want to show you that these are what we're going to use too. These are some of the papers. These are the things that I've cut up. But this is what we've done so far. The first day we did collage papers and we focused on patterns, getting different patterns of all different colors, or you can do one with just two colors. So that's the first day. We gathered lots of them with patterns. The second day, we used prompts. Look at all these prompts. I mean, you can have, there are tons of them, but we just used a couple of them. And so that was day 2. And then day 3, we used for inspiration painting guides. These I call my painting guides. So this gave us inspiration. So by now, I hope that you have a stack of collage papers to put together. Now, if you didn't get a chance to do any and you want to, you can also look at my YouTube channel, which we've posted all the videos the day after. So today, right now, it's day 1, day 2, day 3, and tomorrow you'll see this one up there. But please continue to add to Instagram the hashtag Art with Adele book, because we are growing in numbers, getting all kinds of fabulous collage papers. And now, from today on, I want to see those collage papers plus the books that you're doing. So this is awesome. So let's do this. I'm going to show you some samples of books. Now this is one that I made that I don't know if you've seen it. I've shown this a couple times. This is one I put together using collage papers, and it didn't really have a theme. I just put, like, I tried to think of the opposites, so they would flow together. When you look at them, they would be exciting. So that's this one, and this one is where you use a branch. If you don't have a bamboo, what do you call these? Bamboo skewers, or something else in between, just something long and narrow that would hold it, then you can use a stick even, no matter. So if you're out and don't have access to anything, be creative and find something else. So I found a stick. So here's one that I did already. Let me show you the other 2, and then I'll show you the new ones. This one you might have seen me do. This one is with twine, and you can use ribbon, you can use anything. Really, to me, I like this the best. It is the easiest and it lays the flattest. Look, these are flat. So I love this one. This is the one I'm going to probably do most of. But you can see this one kind of had a black and white theme going here. And I love the pink, and I just added this. So this is one you've seen before, and I want to show you something else. When you open it all up, this is what we're going to do today. We're going to lay them flat, one on top of another. And you're going to think of how you stack them by looking, if you turn the page, what you're going to see on the next page. So you kind of have to decide. You can do it randomly, or you can just decide what you want to do. Now, so far, I've been showing you these that have the manila folder as a cover. But the ones we do today are not going to have that. They're just going to be the paper. And so some of the things that can happen if you do the one with the rubber band is they can pull off. So that's okay. I'm going to show you how you can fix it if it does happen. But see, like this can happen because I've been fooling with it a lot. And what you can do, well, I'm going to show you later. But look, you can also, this is what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to cut out things. We're going to add things like this. But you don't need a whole lot of papers. 1, 2, 4 or 5 max. And you can make, it's better to make several little books and then put them together than one big book. But this is really almost like an art, it's an art book, but it's like a sculpture. To me, this is like a 3-dimensional sculpture. It's just fantastic. So that's that one that I showed you. Now, let me put this over here. Now this is, I want to show you a couple that I made yesterday that you can do. This one is the same like with the twine. I left the twine a little bit longer, and it's just a small book. It's just, I just noticed that I had a couple of long, narrow ones like this, like leftovers. So I kind of put them together and fold it over. You don't have to have a big one. You can have a small one. So that can be one. And we're gonna go through all of this today. But anyway, so I just laid them all down. Let me show you where the middle is. I just laid the papers down. And the other thing we're going to talk about is that you don't have to have it even from one side to the other. Having it taller or halfway, I did this on purpose, where I didn't put this in the middle, because that way, when you open it, I can see over to another one. See, and then I look at this way, and I can see 1, 2, 3 of them. So I like that, rather than just seeing one. So this is how you're going to think about designing it. And let's see, and this, I just love these two together. So, I mean, I could cut this off, but I'm going to show you, we're going to do that today. But here is a small one. I love these, so I'm going to put that aside. Then I had talked all about doing a black and white themed book. And then I wanted to show you that you don't have to do it this way, you can do it this way. So I did one like that. So it can be tall, and that's cool too. So I did that on the front here. I cut it off. I think I stayed here the entire day in the studio. I couldn't stop making these. Only way I stopped is because I had to save some papers to make sure I showed you how to do it. But you can do this. This is my black and white themed book, which I said I wanted to do, so I'm going to do it. This is one of the things I wanted to show you. These came off, this pulled off, watch, like this. So what I did is I just took another piece and just glued them on here, which holds it. And the other thing I did was, this was all the way down here, but I wanted to have just some differences. So I cut the whole thing off. And then here's this, I put over the tracing paper that we did, so you can see underneath it. It's just, again, a variety of size, shapes, lines, and this I had to I used just to have that pop of color. I did the green here, just to kind of, surprise me, because I love that color. But look at all these. So you can, if you do this and it comes off, no panic. Don't worry, you can fix it. And sometimes, what I love about things not working out like you wanted or thought, instead of going, oh, darn, or even a worse word, say, how can I make this better? So anyway, that's this. And then on this one, I decided I wanted to see more color. So I cut out these 3 rectangles and glued a piece on the back. So even when you turn it over, you've got this and this. So I love these. So anyway, so that's a tall, narrow one. Let me put that aside. Then I did this. I found these, they're book rings. And this is the simplest and easiest possibility of all. And not only that, anything you have left over, I just wanted to see what the book looked like. So I used a lot of instead of making another smaller book, I used this. And look at this. You're just going to take these, stack them up, and then you just do a hole punch, and then put the rings through. But look at this. You can, any collage papers that you have, you can put these, and you can always undo these and use them, or you can just keep them like this and add them to your book. And as I put these together, I try to think of, when you open it, what two sides might go together. I liked these two, so I put it. Then I took it, okay, the pinks. You've got the combination of this and stripes. Then I did the blues. And this happened to be something I didn't like, but I loved this. So I'm going to show you. Do I have one? This. Let me show you. You might love one side, like I love this side, but I didn't like this side. It was too busy and it didn't seem to fit. I found by doing this, I like the simpler, basic kind of patterns and repeated forms. So, and because when you put them together, look how fantastic. So this, you can either paint over the back. For this one, I actually used, let me put some of these markers in. I actually used, the solid marker by Sakura, and just crayon or colored it in. But you can do it anyway. So if you like one side and you think, oh, bummer, this side I don't like at all, or it's not going to work with this book, then just do this. Now I can come back and do something else on here, which we might do today. I have to see. I haven't done anything, or that's what we're really going to do tomorrow. But if we have time today, that's what I'm going to do. But look how fantastic. I love these. And they're so inspiring. And you made all these. So that's this book, Easy as Punch, or Pie, however the saying goes. So I'm going to put this up here, and this is how I've arranged these. These are all the things that I've cut off. I cut off yesterday. And let's see, these are some papers that not sure how I'm gonna use today. This was a recycled paper, and I just painted the back. I love this side, but not this side, so I'll paint over that. This is a recycled piece, and I just painted the back taupe. Leftover. I love this side, but not this side. This side needs a little bit more work, so I'm not sure how I'm going to use that. And then we've got all these deli papers. So we're going to have that. And then we also have everything I cut out yesterday. I wanted to keep piles. I went through and thought and kept the ones like, these are this brown paper, the paper bag, and the white, and I love this. These are all black and whites. These are blues and greens, blue and green, and that purple. And these are pinks and reds and oranges. So I can try these, and I like to work on collage papers on restaurant trays. So I do that. So let's do this. Now we're going to start putting this together. So I've put together two of them. And I'm going to explain. I haven't put them together. We're going to do this, and I'm going to show you the exact different ways. One is going to be like this, with the rubber band and the dowel, and the other one is going to be, let's see, with the twine. Okay, so we're going to do those two. So let's see. Before we start putting them together, I wanted to show you basically what I've done. So you can just lay one on top of another. Like, for instance, just like and this one I decided I'm going to do a red theme. So I got all that. But if you were to start, say you want to do, basically think about what you want your outside of the book to be. I love this one, so this one I knew I wanted as the outside. I love this, so I would say this I want as the outside. So that one goes over, and then what about this? Then I put this on top, and I just put my hand in the middle and kind of turn it. And how do I like this and this? If you don't like it, then do something else. Let's say you don't like that, and you wanted this. So when you open it up, you have this. That's great. And you don't have to, even though this is much smaller, that's okay. And so then you'd have this. And what else do we have? Do we want, even though I don't like this, I can do something else. I'll put my hand in the middle and go through it again. So I like this. Do I like this and this? Yes, that's a yes. Not wild about this, but I can do something with it. So is there something else I want to put on top? Is it this one or this one? So I like this with this. And then there's this. And the same over here. See, so you can tell that when you see all of them, you're gonna like what it is. So that's how I put these together. And maybe I'll make that book. Anyway, I wanted to have one. I did this one that had the black and white theme, but I wanted to have a different cover because even though they're all different patterns and things like that, I still wanted just this. I like surprises, so I wanted this to be a surprise. So now, let's see. So this red one, so I did this and I just laid it on top with this. These are all papers. This outside cover is just a paper. This is actually printer paper. This is printer paper. I think this one's all filled with printer paper. This one is printer paper. Oh, this one's newsprint. And this one is something, this was a, it's a little hard, maybe lightweight watercolor paper. But anyway, this is the red theme. So now I put them all on top and I purposely did not make it even like this. I wanted some to go out. I wanted one to show out. So I folded it and so I could see it like this. And I liked that. You don't have to do that. I'm just giving you possibilities to think about. I also didn't put this right in the middle. I wanted to be able to turn it over and see this. So you can cut that or not, but this is sort of how this is going to work. So, and then you kind of push them all together and do this. So I'm going to do the twine first. I'm going to do the twine. Now I'm going to show you, I have this twine. What else do we need? Okay, this is what we're going to need. We don't even need a hole punch. We're going to need an awl, and if you don't have an awl, you can use a small X-Acto knife. It's just something to push through here. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to use the Scotch tape. If you have a bookmaking or needle, great. But I don't have all that stuff, and I like just using what I have. So I made up this way to do this. So this is what we're going to do. First, we are going to make sure you have the right length. So I'm going to go, and I always like more than less, because you might want it to do something else with it. So I've got this and this. It's going to be like here. So I'm just going to cut it down here. Let's just cut this here. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here. Now, what I'm going to do is, next I'm going to put on both sides, I'm going to put a small piece of, let me show you, of Scotch tape and tape it like this around it, and then just twist. Keep twisting until you have like a point. As much as you can, a point. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So let's do that. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to push this. And if you find another way to do this, wonderful, and please share it with us. This was just, I'm always problem solving. Like, okay, I don't have well, actually, I think I do have a needle for this, but I figure that most people won't. And actually, I've never used the needle. So this is kind of twisted. So I'm going to cut that because I want it to be kind of as straight or pointy as possible. So now we have these two ends. We're going to lay this, basically we're going to find the center. Okay, we're going to lay this down here. We're going to lay one end and another. Then I'm going to place, and you can measure this. I do not measure it. Again, I kind of wing things because I don't like it perfect. Just something in the middle here. So I would say this is about the middle, but we're not going to do it there. We're going to open it up to the middle. This is the middle of the book. And again, this is the top and this is the bottom. So the middle would be, I'm guessing, around here. So I'm going to push this through, and it may take a few tries or twist it. And let's see. And I'm going to try to be careful and make as big a hole as I can. So that's what we've got here. So then what I'm going to do is we've got this hole. Very quickly, I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to stretch this hole a little bit. I'm going to push this down and stretch it and kind of move it a little bit to the outside and twist it, because we need this a little bigger than that one space, so that we can, just like this, see? Just kind of twisting like that. Because this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring this side up and push it through. How about that? How easy? Then we're going to go through and take the other one on the other side and bring it around here and push that one through. And that came through. If it's not coming through easily, you might need to just make a little bigger hole. So that's what we've got here. And then we're going to, so look, that's what it looks like on the inside. We came from the long piece, put one in here and one in here. So now we're going to turn this over, and I put it like this, and I'm just going to pull it till it's tight enough. I don't want to rip it. So, and then we're going to put, let me show you this. That looks tight enough. I'm going to open it up, put it flat down like this, pull it again, and I'm going to put one of these underneath on each side and just tie a knot. You can tie it like 1 or 2 or however you want it. So now we've got this length. It depends on how much. If you want it kind of long, you can cut it like that. If you want it like that, or you can cut it much smaller. But now, look, you've got your book. Actually, I think I like it smaller. I mean, you can also do it like this. So this is here and this is here. So it's like this. But I think I'm going to cut them smaller. There we go. So look at this that we made. How simple does it get? Now look, let's look at this. Look how flat it lies. And this, oh my goodness, how fantastic. And see, if you have some that are in between, that are not totally all the way over, then they still are held tightly in here. How about that? Look at this. And then, oh, this is another thing I wanted to show you. You can always, if you need to flatten it out some, you can always take the end of your scissors and then just, or unless you have one of those bone folders, and go like this. So I open it just to flatten it out a little bit. More. So they lay flat. Let's see if we have any more. Maybe this one, see? Not too hard, but just like that. Just kind of helps it lay flat. There. And even on here. Just do it a couple of times. But look how thick this one is. And you can even, if you wanted to turn it over, you could do it that way. It's a little different, so you can make the book one, both sides. You just will see something different. So we're going to work on this in a little bit, but that is the first way. Isn't that easy? Easy. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here, and now I want to show you this one. This one we're going to use using the rubber band and the dowel, or the wooden dowel. Okay, so we're going to, let me put this aside for just a minute. Have so many books here, I don't know what to do. Okay, there. So we're going to do this. So I also want to show you, this is a big one. I kind of put this together where, look at these. You just lay them on top. But I had one of these pieces that was much bigger. And so I kind of just played around with it. And again, try to think of different forms, not just the same thing all the time. Have ones that may be taller here, come out. Try to experiment, because you've got tons of papers. But I did this where I laid one down. I liked these two. This had no special theme. Just when I looked at the patterns, this is small, so I wanted something large on this side. I was looking for opposites. Small, large, and I love these colors together. This is the middle. This is, again, the same thing over here. And I love that it was big, so I made it like this, and I love it. This is a different shape. It's not just square. And this came out here, so I cut this edge and can fold it over here like this. I'm not sure how I want to attach it, or if I do, you can put a Velcro thing here. I kind of like it just like this. So I'm going to do this. And I'm also going to turn this around and do this a couple of times. So now, how many papers? Let's see, we're going to have this. We have, and this, and the hole punch. I think that's it for this one. So, what I do for this is, let's see, okay, this. First, you want to have, I have an assortment of all these. Look at these. And what I want is, I want one that's kind of longish. You don't want one that's like teeny tiny because it could rip more. So I'm looking through all this. I just got this at the drugstore. And then you can do colors. Do I want red? This is kind of strong, and so I'm worried about it might pull off all the papers. This is pretty good, but I love the yellow. That's what I'm going to do. I love the yellow with it. So I'm going to use that one. Let's see. And I'm sure you'll probably watch me make mistakes so I can fix them in front of you. Because people think that the teachers don't make mistakes, but we make mistakes all the time. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I've got this folded. I'm going to put this here in the middle, sort of in the middle, and then I'm going to take a pencil or whatever, and then I'm going to basically hold this down, and here's one end, and here's another end. So just make a little mark, because that's where the hole punches are going to go. Now this is the thing that I've learned because I've made so many mistakes on this. You might, if it's too hard to go through all of them, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to do, let's say I'm going to do 2 of these, and these I'm going to put aside because just doing 2 is fine. So I'm going to do 2, and then I'm going to come up here with my hole punch, and make sure you come in far enough. That is the problem if you don't come in far enough. So I'm going to come in over that. Are they exactly even? I don't know. That's okay. So now we've got these 2. Then you can slide maybe 1 or 2 more. I think all we got is 2. So let's see if we can do that. And make sure you have them in there like you want them. And then I go back and do it again. That way you're not going through something really thick. If you have the manila folder on the outside, you definitely want to do that one first. Okay, so now we have these 2 holes, and we're going to take the rubber band and make kind of a point. We're going to push it up through one of them, put the dowel through that, then we're going to take it and pull it, and then, wait, I have to do this. Push it through the other one, kind of pinch this, push it through the other one, and open it up, and have it like there. There you go. Now the thing is this, you can have a big one or you can have whatever size you want. For this, I always cut off the pointed side because I know I'm going to stab myself somehow. So I just take regular scissors and cut it off. Who knows where that end went. So look at that. I kind of like it all the way down. You could have it much smaller. You could have one like this and cut it here. But I kind of like this. These are the long, just so you know, these are the long 9 3/4 inch long. So, and these are pretty sturdy. So now let me show you what we have. So you can pull it over. It's not going to go flat like this is because we've got to go over this, but it's still really nice. And so I go like this and kind of just go like this, tape it down. And we're not thinking of the design part yet or adding on because we're going to do that another time. Maybe we'll do 1 or 2 today just to entice you to come tomorrow. Look at these, how cool. And yes, this is kind of angled. That's okay. So if you know, or you can get it perfect or not perfect. Remember, we don't do perfect. This is kind of an interesting one too. So look at these. So this is another book. How about that? And so now let's see what we've got here. So we've got this book that we did today. We've got this book. Now let me show you what I did with this one. For this one, I just had, let me show you. Let's see. I'm going to put some of these out. Let me move all this because we put our books together. And I just, let let's see. And this is all with just supplies that either you have or at the drugstore even. I don't like to get too many, you know, supplies that are fussy. So we have this. Do we want to add any? These are my extra pages. Do I want to add any of these? And I look at both sides, this or this, and I kind of put it in here. Do I like this and this? I kind of do. So, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this here. So what I'm going to do is line this up sort of with the holes that are already cut. I'm going to make a little mark here. And I'm going to make a little mark here. So hole punch time. So we do it here. Whoops, I just want to make sure that I go in enough. And go here. There we go. Then we open up these rings. Okay. And put this in here like that, and put this in here like that. And you can take these, I mean, look how easy it is. If you want to take these out and use them, you can do that. If you want to keep this, like you can have tons of your collage papers in a book like this. If you have them just stacked up and you don't know what to do with them, you've found your solution. So look at that. Those are fantastic. Now, let's see what else we have. I like this in here, but I don't like this. I think what I'm going to do is actually cut this up because I like it kind of like this and fold it back maybe. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'm going to fold this like this. And I'm going to cut this side because I don't want to attach it to here. So I'm just going to cut this side, and I'm going to cut, knowingly I'm going to cut it big enough so that I can put it in my pile. And so I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it a little flatter. And I like just having all kinds of interesting things. Now, do I want to put it here? Or here? Or here? Here? Oh, I like that. Or do I want to put it here? Do I want to put this here? Decisions, decisions. That's the one. Okay, so I like that. So I'm going to line these up like this. Again, make a mark here, make a mark here, and I'm going to go over this, and I'm going to open these again. I can't wait. Please add your books and your papers because I'm telling you, you can't stop doing this. It's so much fun. And look at these shapes. These also, when you go through, they're going to be really interesting shapes. And then you can open this up. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to do something, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to leave that for right now. But I'm going to do this again because I want to make this flatter. Okay. And you don't have to do everything all at once. So look how, and then again you have this. So this is out here. Do you want that out here? Or do you want it not? Or say, do you want it folded? That's kind of cool too. So I think I'm going to fold it. I'm telling you, you can hardly help yourself. Look at all these things. Look how cool that is. Like this. Oh, wonderful. Okay, and the other thing too is if you want, you could put something else here to keep it down, which I think I'm going to do. Okay. You see, I was going to do something else, but this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pull these. Let me put this aside for right now, just to show you. I love this. And do I want this all the way down like this? I do. So I'm going to take my glue stick, and I'm going to just fill this up with glue. Okay. I like that. And what I'm going to use this for mostly is inspiration. So I like it like that. And I like seeing different things against each other. Now, do I want to put, now this is what we're going to do tomorrow. I'm going to give you a little heads up. So this is what we're going to do is take some of these snippets here. Look at this. Do I want a red here? Do I want to put something on here? Do I like a black and white? Do I like the red? That's too much, so I'm not going to do that. Do I like the purple? No, I'm not sure what I like. I might not even have it right now. How about, I'm just putting them all out here. This is exactly kind of what we do. I kind of like that. Or what about this? I have an idea, okay? How about this? I like this, but what about if we put it here? What about if we put it here so there's like this tab that comes out? You don't see it there, but when you open it, you will. And do I like that there, or here, or smaller? Is that too big? Or do you want to? I'm going to cut it a little smaller. See, and I cut this because this was something, and I didn't want that. Again, I found out, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to find out if you like busy things or not busy things. Now, you know, I've just changed my mind again. And I like this on top of this, on top of this, on top of this, on top of this. So I'm not going to push this out. I'm going to keep it on here. So now it's where? Do I want it in the middle? Kind of not. I like it here. So your eye comes down here. Again, it's kind of off center. That's what I want. But let me look at what it looks going to look like over here. I like that too. It's off center. And I might end up doing something up there. So I'm going to glue this down here. That's what I'm going to do. Let's glue this. This is mostly what we're going to do tomorrow, is figure out adding all these little details on. But this is kind of what I'm going to show you. So I'm going to add that there. Add this over here. Okay. And look how simple everything is. I like simple. But look at, you're going to design your book. These are sculptures. You all look at this. There's texture, there's pattern, there's multiple patterns. Okay, I better not get distracted here because I still want to show you things, but this is just so fantastic. Okay, so that's how you make an add to this book. So these are the 3 books that we've just made. Let me see if I need to do anything else. So there's this one. There is this one. I love these. Okay, and then there's this one. This is the red one, but I'll show you. Let's just do, I do have a couple more of these. Let me stack these up over here, and I want to show you. Let's just look at what you have. So say you've done all your books and you've got all these leftover papers. You can, what do you want to do with them? See, I did that. Really don't like that, but that's okay. I can paint over it. This is a recycled one. These were kind of like my reject pile. See, I thought that this didn't bother me, but it does bother me having that orange on here. So, so these are the things that were like, didn't like. So now what am I going to do with them? I still want to use them. So I love this as the outside of a book. So I'm going to do this here. That's going to be the outside of my book. So I'm going to fold it in half. And let's see, I love the outside of this. And do I like this better than this? I like this. Okay, so we're going to do it this way. So that's going to be, this is going to be the front of our book. Now, let's lay down some papers. Suppose I love this. So I could put this on here. Do I want, and I'm going to do something on here. I don't have to do it right now. Do I want it like this? I think I like it. I don't need all of it. So what I'm going to do is cut maybe an edge off. This. Watch this. And I'm going to save this because I'm going to use that somewhere. So I like this. And do I want it here? Do I want it going off? I kind of like that going off. So I'm going to even do it more. How about if I did this? How about if I did this? Yes. That's a yes. When you think, oh, that's a yes, then okay. So now I know, and again, it's not perfect, but okay, remember, we don't do perfect. So that's about where I want this. And no, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do something on that. So now, and I like this, but I want to cut this off because I like the look of that. And I'm going to save this. So now, see, we're making our book. I'm going to do something here, so I'm not worrying about it. I love this. So let's see. Let's add, what else do we have? The red or the taupe? So I'm going to put both of them on here and see. Okay, so I'm opening my book. This is not going to be this. I love the yellow against this. Yeah, I like opening it and seeing these big red stripes. So I'm going to put this in here. Now the other thing is, do I want it the full size? I kind of like that. Watch this. I see that it's not the full size because I can see this is the full size, but I like that this is going over it. So I'm going to fold it in half like this. So it's going to be like this. So far, so good. Let's see if we can find something else. So 1, 2, and then tomorrow I'll show you how we're going to, the ones you don't like, we can do something with. This. I like the red and white. And this is only 3 pages. I want to make sure that this is down. Okay, so that. And what about if there's something else? Here are, I'm actually out of papers. I used them all. So, but I do have these. Do I want any of these tissue papers? These will really, let's see, will really tear if we use that, what do you call it, the rubber band. So do I want this? Open. If I open it like this, I like this. This is striped, so I might do it like this. So it would be a different stripe pattern. See, like this. I'm going to try it. If I don't like it, I'll just take it out. How about that? So I'm going to use this. And I'll put that in the middle. And do I want it all the way up? No, I'm just going to, how about that? All right, and I'll save that. So now we've got these, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Again, you don't have to know what everything you're going to do on each page, but we've got this other book. At least I know I've got this, and I'm going to do something here. So I'm going to put this, and I'm going to try a different one. I'm going to do you make this one with the awl and the black twine, the Scotch tape. This is what we have for this one. So let's see what I did. Oh yeah. So what we're going to do is you double this, make sure you have it long enough. I'd much rather have it too long than not long enough. Well, how do I know that? Because I made that mistake a million times already. So I'm going to cut it here. Let's cut it here. Okay. Okay, now we can put that aside. Now, step 2, let's put the tape on this side. The tape on here, and kind of mash it together and twist it the best you can to make the best point you can, or you can cut it to a point. Okay, so we're going to do that. That's pretty pointy. We'll see if it works. Now let's do the other side. Look how quick and easy these are. I don't know how many books I have. I think I have like 10. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. Now this, again, we're going to twist, 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 twist. Okay, so next step. We make this in the middle. So that's about the middle. Then we're going to open this up to the center. Okay. Center. Okay. And that's, I'm looking at like just here and here. So this is about the center. That's, go down. I'm going to kind of twist and turn it and pull it all the way up. Hold my fingers on either side and hold it all the way up there. Then I'm going to lay this down carefully and take this X-Acto knife and push it in here and cut a little bit. Just push it toward the edge just a little bit and try to turn it without ripping. Now I did put that this delicate tissue paper in, but now see, okay, so that's pretty good. So now I'm going to take one side, pull it through. That one came through perfectly. Then I'm going to take the other side. This looks like it might be a little bit more difficult, so I'm going to kind of put it at an angle to make more of a point. And I'm pushing it through. If you need to have a bigger hole, go for it. So now we've got this. Push this over, one side and the other. and just pull, just gently pull, have it in the center, and just gently pull like this. And I hold this and just check to make sure everything's, this one can be tightened just a little bit. So I'm going to tighten it just a little bit more. There. Oh, that pulled. So you don't want it to pull. Okay, now I'm going to have this. 1, 2, and then I'm going to cut these. And these I'll put a little bit longer. How about that? So now we just made another book. This is maybe a little bit too tight, which is okay. I can always maybe slit, you know, make a little slit there, kind of like that. But look. Awesome. Fantastic. Woo! Obviously, I'm going to do some more work on this one tomorrow. And who knows, I may end up just pulling this thing off. It might be go in shreds. But that's all part of the learning process. You have got to learn and do things, you know, not everything's going to work out like you think. And that's a good thing, because that's how you learn. If everything worked out just like you wanted, well, we already know everything then. So, wow, look at these books. So let me show you. I have one, and look, I've tried to use all the papers. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've gotten 8 books out of what we did this week. And just as a reminder, oh no, here's 9. 9. Please, Art with Adele book, hashtag Art with Adele book. And please leave me a comment. You can also find all of these videos from day 1 through day 5. Tomorrow will be day 5 on my YouTube channel, Adele Sypesteyn. But I've been looking every day, throughout the day. I want to check and see what you all are doing. So that way we can inspire each other. Someone might have a collage or a book that they did that you like, that you can ask them how you did that. So thank you for joining. Bye, everybody.